UPS just dropped off our parts to service the tractor, and we got 2 boxes here, so we'll see what's inside. Well, the first box, I got a Massey Ferguson logo. Definitely didn't order that, so I don't know how that got in here because I didn't order it. Next one, we got the hydraulic strainer. I got some other parts in here besides some service stuff. Knocked it off. Appears to be another light. I only ordered one. Goes on the bottom of the radiator. Not sure what that is. This is a new gas shot for the top of the hatch that went bad. These are hydraulic strainer pipes, some O-rings, gaskets, not sure what this is, AC filter, other stuff in here. What's in this box? This is the service kit I was talking about for the 1000-hour. Not quite sure why they sent me two, because I only ordered one. And they definitely charged me for it because it was supposed to be $900 and something worth of parts, and now it's up to $1,400. So I'm have to send one of these back. Anyway, got the radiator back yesterday. It's all nice and painted and cleaned out really well. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and we'll do a video on that coming up. I got the radiator in. Just got the fan back on. So now I'm going to work on getting the hoses put back on, and this radiator all bolted in back where it goes. I got the coolant hoses back on, getting ready to mount the coolant tank up here, and a couple other hoses to attach, and we'll be ready to fill it up with coolant. So stay tuned. Since I'm right here doing this radiator and I got all this stuff off here, I'm going to go ahead and do this part of the 1,000-hour service, and it's replacing the valve cover gasket and these valve cover bolt O-rings. So what you want to do is remove all 4 of these, and you'll have O-rings in your kit that you put on all 4 of these bolts, and then you'll want to remove your valve cover. Carefully. And then you'll replace this gasket. So I'm going to go ahead and replace mine while I'm here, and make it a little bit easier. Gasket, you'll notice that there's a flat bottom edge like this, and then a rounded edge. So what you want to do is when you pull it out, you'll want to put the flat edge down and just work it around. It's pre-molded, so you can easily tell which way it goes on. Make sure this is all cleaned out. Once you put it in there, take some new engine oil and just coat the gasket, and then it'll be ready to reinstall. The next thing you want to do is take your valve cover bolt O-rings. I usually just fill up a little cap with engine oil, clean engine oil, drop the O-rings in there, clean off my bolts, and then pull them out and reinstall them on these bolts. So now we'll take our bolts and bolt down the valve cover. Next, you'll want to tighten them down once you get them put in. I usually start here, snug this one down just a little bit, then go to the back, tighten it down, tighten this one down, then this one, and then just tighten them back down through here again until it goes down evenly. Then you just snug them down. They don't have to be super tight because this is aluminum, so you don't want to crack it, but I just get them pretty hand tight, and usually that does a pretty good job of holding it on. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video right here, but what I ended up doing is I got the rest of this installed, filled up the coolant. We didn't put coolant in it yet. I went ahead and filled it up with some evapro rust and distilled water, so I'm going to run that through it and put about 3 to 4 hours on it and drain it and refill it with distilled water and flush it out again before we put the new coolant in. It had a little bit of rust in the engine block, but not bad, but the evapor rust. So go ahead and get it out, and we'll get it nice and clean before we put the new coolant in. So the reason we started all this was because the radiator was actually had about a 1-inch seam that was leaking in the top of the tank, so it was leaking coolant, and it just kept getting worse and worse. So we had to take it out and take it in and get the tank refitted to it and the seam resealed and got it all rock clean and painted. So anyway, got this put back in and got it running, and now I'm going to start doing the 1,000-hour service, so be on the lookout for that video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook, 4M Ranch, and on Instagram @EricMotter. And I'll see you on the next one.